Hello, my people. Welcome back to our podcast. I just want to talk about the geopolitics issues that are happening and affecting the world in one or the other. And on the updates, some of the things that have been happening is the war between Israel and Hamas that has culminated in whatever has happened. And then on the other front, Israel went to war, or Hezbollah went to war with Israel again, and it has led to the elimination of both Hamas heads and Hezbollah heads, the commanders of Hamas and the commanders of Hezbollah. And things have really escalated to a level that the United Nations, the UNRWA, and the United Nations part of Hezbollah are claiming other things that cannot be verified and all that, and people are thinking like all these things that are happening are propaganda. And what has made everything look worse is the guy in charge of United Nations. Antonio Guterres, visiting Russia for the BRICS summit that had just happened in Russia. And that is another danger again that is happening, and people are asking questions: where's UN headed? Should the UN be defunded? Like the funding should it stop being funded and let everything work on the other side? No one knows about that. It's just the geopolitics of the world. Are we shaping the new world order, or are we getting ourselves into the new world order? In fact, we should be talking about the new world order, because everything is happening. The who are who's that we know in the world, the world superpowers, are going head on against each other to see whatever will be happening. Is Israel coming to shape, or is Israel shaping what other people are afraid of? Is Israel doing the donkey work to bring the world at peace, or to destroy the terrorists and make sure that there's peace in the world, all around the world? Or the unity among the BRICS, that is Russia, there is China, there is India, and there is Russia, China, and India. Those are the heads of the BRICS and all that. Are they also scheming up for something that we yet to know, or we can only speculate and see whether it will work or it won't work? And then talking about the BRICS, we also need to talk about what's happening in Ukraine and the allegations. Are they real allegations? Okay, the news that are doing line on X, that North Korea has sent soldiers into Russia in the name of training to get war experience in Russia, because someone said that the soldiers will be sent to Ukraine to fight the Ukrainians and all that. And South Korea says, okay, if North Korea is sending soldiers to Russia to fight the Ukrainians, then we will also send soldiers to Ukraine to fight the North Korean soldiers who are going to fight for Ukraine. And someone said this: the North Korean soldiers who are in Russia is because the president of North Korea, the North Korean president, went for some weapons in Russia, and because they had no money to pay for the weapons, so they exchanged the weapons with the personnel. Imagine a human being exchanged by weapons, yeah. So the people are saying that the reason why the North Korean soldiers are in Russia is because the North Korean president Pyongyang or whatever that name is too tough to pronounce, so hard to pronounce, just like just how hard it is to understand the North Korean lifestyle and all that. So he went for Russia for the tactical nuclear technology, how to create the tactical nuclear weapons from Russia. So the Russia exports the knowledge to North Korea, and then the North Korea in return they export the personnel, military personnel, to Russia to fight against Ukraine in the war that Russia started a year plus ago. So things are really heating up and all that. And then the North Korea goes ahead to blow up the bridges and the roads that are connecting North Korea and South Korea. And the North Korean president Pyongyang, wherever that name is, puts their soldiers at a standstill, like on a ready note, ready to fight and ready to go for the war against South Korea. And that does not just end over there. We've had issues in the southern waters, that is the waters that borders China and Taiwan. That is in the Northern Sea. And China has been trying to bulldoze, take it back to the guys in Taiwan, telling them, hey, we are ready for you and we're coming for you very, 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 very soon. And that thing has really hit up in each and everything. So China is preparing to go to war with Taiwan. North Korea is going to preparing to go to war with South Korea. Now we've had Israel go to war with Hamas, not really Palestine but Hamas, and they've been able to conquer because they have killed the heads of the snake in Hamas, in the Hamas territory and all that. They have gone to war with Hezbollah. They've been able to eliminate all the Hezbollah heads, and now every head who is replaced by the head who has been eliminated is also eliminated within the Hezbollah. Now we're seeing another war in Turkey. The terrorist attack in Turkey 2 days. Is it 2 days ago? 1 day ago. Prompted Turkey to go to war against the Kurdish forces on the other end. So Turkey is trying to destroy the Kurdish forces on the other end, and they're trying to say that Israel should make peace on this other end. So it's really not really summing up, but we don't know what's happening next in this world. Are we facing, or are we getting ourselves to the new world order? Like everything is just aligning to the new world order. Are we getting ourselves to, are we close to the third world war, or are we close to the nuclear war? One thing I'm so sure about is there will be no nuclear war, as people think that the nuclear war will be there on that great extent that people are trying to bring up issues and trying to think about it. That is one thing that I refuse to understand. That's one thing I refuse to accept completely, because whoever presses the red button for the nuclear warhead to go to US, the US will respond to the nuclear war, Russia will respond to the nuclear war, so it will be all the missiles, nuclear war missiles going everywhere. And then who will survive that nuclear war? Even the person who is pressing the red button is not ready to die. So if he sends back the nuclear warheads to US will reply, or send back their stock to that country. Will that person really survive? They won't survive. So I know everyone is scared of dying. That's the truth. Everyone is scared of dying, and no one wants to die. They will boast of that, but just themselves and try to show people that they're strong enough to go for it. But one thing I'm sure of, they are not ready to die. If they were ready to die, then they'll be the first people to go to the war front wherever they are sending their soldiers to go. So let's not talk about the nuclear war, because that thing will never happen. Talk about the tactical nuclear war, and that one can happen. But the full-scale nuclear war, that will never happen. Those things are just created that to scare the other guy. If you do 1, 2, 3, I will press this button, then you'll never be there, completely unhighlighted. But that will never happen. But what you're trying to see will be the most probable way will be us seeing the third world war, which will never be full-scale nuclear war, or a new world order. Of course, the third world war will bring new world order. Whoever wins now makes everything. But there's another war that people don't talk about, that is not of planes, fighter jets zooming around whichever airspace and all that, or the nuclear buttons and all these other things, the economical war and all that. And I know there is every country is trying to manage and to try to get everything on itself to put the rest of the countries under control. And the Americans have been the bullies in this area, trying to make everything work for themselves so that they can control the entire world. But will they really manage? Because the Chinese economy is coming up so fast, so fast. The Russian economy is coming so far, but the Russian economy has been destroyed with the war that they have in Ukraine. So with that, we don't talk much about it. But we can talk about the Chinese economy that is really coming up so fast and all that. But will they really manage to undo the US dollar and make sure that their yen is on the map? I don't think if they will do that. And with the merging of the BRICS currency, will the BRICS currency be able to do, to maneuver and outdo the dollar? I'm not so sure. Maybe that will be a Vision 2050 or Vision 2060, but the Americans are not lazy, and they're not so stupid to just let the dollar go down as they watch over any other currency rise up and all that. Because once the dollar goes down completely and another currency rises up, that will mean that the US will no longer be a superpower. They will no longer bully other nations and ask them to do whatever they want, because they will have no power to do that. So with all that, am I worth your subscription? Of course I know I'm worth your subscription. Subscribe and leave your comments, and let's talk about the next thing. It's happening. It's here with us. It's happening. It's here with us. I love you all. Make sure you subscribe.